guys, welcome back to BigJon TV. Today's Foreign Food Friday and I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm sharing a foreign recipe. Our friends in Scotland, Stacey and Stuart, well specifically Stacey has sent us this recipe along with the box of goodies she last sent because it uses this bird's custard powder that they sent. So we're going to give it a go. Now you might have seen I had to do some calculations on the recipe because my scale uses ounces. The recipe's in grams. Had to do some math, but I'm going to measure things out, try and give you equivalents in cups and tablespoons so that this will be a little bit easier to do at home. But I think this looks delicious. They look a bit like macaroons, and I cannot wait to try them. So let's get going. Okay, I'm going to zero out my scale with this little bowl on it, and we're going to measure our butter into this dish. We're going to measure the butter in by tablespoon just so we know how much is in here. We need about 6.5 ounces. Okay, we're at 3.9 ounces and we need 6.5, and that's one whole stick of butter, so let's get another. All right, we are at 6.5 exactly, so that gave us one stick of butter plus 5 tablespoons, so just over a half of another stick. All right, we're gonna pop that in our bowl. All right, let's get an idea of how much flour we're using. We need the same amount, about 6.5 ounces, so let's see what that makes. All right, we are at just 6.5 there. Let's see what this gives us. So that ends up being about 1 1/3 cups of flour. You can see on my dry measure here. Maybe if I could turn it. We're at 1 1/3 right there. So that'll come in a little bit later. We'll pour this in a bowl and set it aside. We need about 60 grams or 2.2 ounces of powdered sugar. She referred to it as icing sugar, which, you know, that makes sense. Often used in icing. 2.1. 2.2 right there. All right, that is about 2/3 of a cup. We'll just pour this into another bowl. We need to sift that into our mixture after we cream our butter. So right now we're really just getting everything ready. All right, we've got our bird's custard mix opened up. It should be the same amount. We want 60 grams, 2.2 ounces. All right, there it is, 2.2 ounces. That can go in with the powdered sugar and it'll get sifted into the mixture at the same time. I'm making a bit of a mess here. Next is our baking powder. This one's easy, no conversions. 1 teaspoon is gonna go in with the flour. That'll all get sifted into our mix together. So for the moment, we are done with the scale. Time to cream some butter. All right, that looks great. It's light and creamy. Now we are going to sift in our powdered sugar and custard mix. All right, I'll sift it in, mix it till combined. All right, that appears to be pretty well combined. Now let's sift in our flour and baking powder. All right, and we mix this together until well combined. Give it a scrape down here. It's interesting, the custard is the only flavor in this mix, really. It'll have a buttery flavor and a custard flavor. There's no vanilla, nothing added like that. Quite interesting. All right, so we've got our baking sheet lined with a Silpat. We're gonna roll these into little balls. It says 20-gram balls. I didn't do the math on that. I'm gonna go for about a tablespoon size. These have a really nice kind of pale peachy color. Can't wait to try them. I hope I haven't butchered this recipe too bad with my conversions and measuring. Okay, now that we have a tray of those, our next step is to lightly press on each one and give them kind of the little, almost the peanut butter cookie look, but just a tiny little stripe, and help them flatten out. I feel like looking at the picture, mine are larger. Leave it to the Americans to make them larger. Okay, these are gonna go in the oven for about 16 to 18 minutes. We'll want them to come out looking nice and golden around the edges. Let's go. All right, we're back to the scale. Zeroing this out. We need 100 grams or 3.6-ish ounces. So let's start with 4 tablespoons. 2 more. Let's see, we're at 2.7. Here's another tablespoon. So that's 4, 5. So 7 tablespoons. And we're at 3.3. 3.5. That looks pretty perfect. We'll put this in our bowl. Okay, we've got our measuring vessel here again. We're going to measure out 130 grams or about 4.6 ounces of powdered sugar. All right, if you can see there, that's about, where's the measurement? About 1 1/8 of a cup. And that is all we need to measure for this round. All right, and we're gonna cream the butter. And here's an unusual ingredient. I found that this is quite common in British UK cooking. ordered this on Amazon. It's organic vanilla bean paste with seeds. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of this. Number 2. The texture is a bit weird, kind of slimy, but it smells fantastic. We're gonna mix these together until they're nice and smooth. All right, we're gonna sift our powdered sugar in. All right, and combine these till they make a nice paste. All right, there it is. We're gonna scoop this into a Ziploc bag because I don't have pastry bags, and we'll use this on the inside of our cookies. There we go, in our bag. All right, our cookies are out of the oven. You can see they've got a nice golden color to them. We're gonna let them cool on the pan and then we'll ice them. So let's go. Our final step here, we've let them cool on a wire rack. Take our cookie, put a little dollop of jam on one side. It says a spoonful, but I'm not quite sure how much that would be. So we'll do a little bit. I'm using a Smucker's blackberry jam. This is a seedless variety. And I ended up with exactly 20 cookies. All right. Then on the other halves, we're going to pipe some of our buttercream. Plop it there right on top. I realized as I was swiping a bit of the batter, the cookie dough to taste, this cookie has no eggs, which is pretty common in American cookies. Pretty much every cookie recipe I make involves eggs. So this one was perfectly fine to eat raw. I enjoy that. All right, I think that we'll end up tasting one plain, maybe a dollop of this plain, just to kind of get a taste for all the different pieces. But for now, that is it. These are gorgeous little cookies, and I am in a minute.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did make these bigger than they needed to be, but that's all right. We've got the fam here. We're gonna try these cookies. So I left a couple in the middle plain because I wanted to try them just by themselves.
Me too.
Go ahead, guys.
They're going.
Mmm.
So I know going into this bite right now, because I literally just walked in, I have no idea what we're talking about other than there's cookies. Oh.
They're slightly shortbreadish to me.
Yes.
I don't like them that much because.
Here,
Wait.
do you want to try it with this?
Yeah.
So now I'm putting a little bit of the buttercream on them. Here, Johnny.
I could eat those without anything else, just straight up. Those are fantastic.
So now I'm trying it with the buttercream.
Ew, the buttercream is amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, adding the buttercream. That's good. So
want
it's
some
interesting because the cookies have no added vanilla. The only flavoring is the bird's custard powder.
And I mean that's,
Butter.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
I want a little bit more of that.
Okay. Do you want to try one that's put together with the buttercream?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that then.
Well, wait,
So
why
these
is it
are-
chocolate?
It's not chocolate. These are buttercream. And then in the center is a little bit of blackberry jam. So here.
I don't like blackberries.
Well, then only bite the outside and you'll just get the buttercream.
No, I want a pen.
Okay, then here,
Well,
take your cookie.
Take your plain one back and Mom can put some frosting on
Put a
that.
lot. Thank you.
Alright,
There we go.
No, put it all the way up to the ceiling.
No way, Jose.
Not
Okay.
even enough in that.
big bite. Here we go.
So I still think that I made these a bit larger
Uh-oh.
than they
Uh-oh.
needed to be. Yeah, they're not wanting to bite very good.
Okay, sandwich.
Saved it.
Good save.
The texture on the chew of those is fantastic. I love that. That is so good.
Mm-hmm. So I think I could have cooked them just a hair less and made them a bit smaller so that they're maybe 1 or 2 bite size.
They're very, very crumbly.
Yeah, but I think that's part of it because these are not cookies, these are biscuits.
Mm. These are so good.
Thank you, Stacey, for the recipe. Thank
So-
you for the bird's custard to use in it.
Delicious.
This is not quite the same as anything I've tried before. Like its appearance is like a macaroon to me,
Yeah.
but its texture is nowhere near a macaroon.
The cross hatches on top, well, not cross, but the hatches on top made me think peanut butter
Right.
cookie. They chew like a shortbread, or almost like a shortbread,
Right.
texturally. These are fantastic.
All of it.
Ooh, it's good when you get the blackberry and the buttercream and the cookie. These are awesome.
Can I say something?
What?
I only licked all of it.
You licked all the buttercream off?
Yes.
So I guess we know which part Jamie likes best.
But hey, he at least took a bite.
Exactly. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to polish off some cookies.
Thanks again, Stacey and Stuart.
Yep. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Make sure you
Thank
click the...
Stuart. Stacey and Stuart.
You got a little song from him even.
There you go.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Bye!
See ya.
Bye. Stacey and Stuart.